Okay, so you got your water supplies, you have your food stockpile, you have your ammo cache, you have trained with every known weapon, as well as you have proficient. You've gone through every training course available. You have hand-to-hand combat, close-quarter combat training. You have wilderness training. So you are the jack of all trades, aren't you? Okay, guys. Pretty much what I'm wanting to touch on is no matter what, you're never going to have every skill that you're ever going to need to be out there. Okay? And this is why I'm a huge fan of a community-based prepping system where you pull more people in instead of the lone wolf approach. Okay? So, just because you have these skills, these are the ones that everybody talks about whenever they talk about prepping. This is for you to make it through. Not everything is covered. What happens if you're lone wolfing it in your cabin up in the mountains and your generator goes out? If you have no clue how to use it, doesn't matter if you still have 500 gallons of diesel sitting waiting to be used. If you can't fix it, you're out that electricity that could be used for charging batteries. I know a lot of the newer stuff, if you can find rechargeable batteries for damn near everything. This could be your very fancy red dot system. It could be your night vision. Okay? And I just want everybody to sit down and think. The lone wolf strategy. Yes, the only one you have to worry about is yourself. You don't have to worry about yourself trying to shoot you to take your gear. Okay? So, I understand the lone wolf strategy. Don't get me wrong. But, especially being a family man with a younger child, I know I can't do it alone. Just anything in the real world, there's a lot of things you cannot just do alone. You cannot raise a child by yourself, no matter what. Even a single mother, single father, they do have that support system, the additional help. Okay, so kind of think about it. To me, the community, as long as you can help build a strong one, will withstand a lot. Okay, so take your time, learn more skills. Okay, it's great that you have all kinds of skills, but everybody has some skill set. Just think of the person that enjoys to cook. What kind of meal can they make with just a few simple ingredients that can be salvaged in your area, or foraged? So, just because you don't want to think about it does not mean that you shouldn't. Those are the ones you need to think hard about. What are you lacking? What is your group of friends who are going to get together with you and, make it through? What are they lacking? Can you find somebody? Is that skill something that's going to be hard to bring in? Is it going to be, is it just you don't know how to, sew? You don't know how to make some general clothing, things like that. Things you're going to need. Keep in mind, all the resources, even if you go with like a zombie apocalypse setup, things are going to get ruined. Things are going to wear out. Things are going to expire. Okay? And even though there's plenty in the zombie apocalypse where it's like, thousands upon thousands per living person, it is something to look into. Do not just go with the short term. The goal of prepping is to survive any type of a situation. So, how are you going to survive when you cannot, make any basic clothing? You don't understand how to farm, things like that. So, take your time. Figure your strengths, find your weaknesses, and try to shore them up. Because if you don't have these additional skills, even if you right now can think that's lacking, they could end up being huge in the long run. You know, think about it. That grandma of yours that sits around and all she does is crochet or knits. She even has a place, because no matter what, you're going to need to be able to keep warm. You're going to need to learn how to do this kind of stuff, or at least be able to provide for it. You know, those blankets going to come in handy if you're up in a South Dakota winter and all you have is, let's say, an empty apartment complex that you and your friends have taken over. So, I don't want to get too preachy, but don't ever just sit there and say your skill set is absolutely useless. Unless they're a lawyer. I'm sorry, I can't figure a way to use them. But thank you for your time, YouTube. This is SD Prepper. Please subscribe and like. Leave me comments on what you would like to see, what I can do better. Okay? So you guys have a good evening.